Today we are going to be studying mathematics
and emerges from the second mirror.
These words sound
Be your teacher for today.
Hello students, you are welcome to MSI Tech Online Room Lesson. Remember, this is a place we prepare you for a better future. It's been a while and I believe that you enjoyed all our videos in this channel. Today, we are going to continue from where we stopped on a topic, variation. And I believe that you really enjoyed the previous study on variation. Today we are going to center on partial variation. Partial variation. So let's go to the class and see what partial variation is all about. Okay? Now I need to remind you that we have four types of variation. We have direct variation, we have inverse variation, we have joint variation, and we have what we call partial variation. So these are the four types of variation we have. Now, before I move on in this class, I need to let you know that if you don't understand direct variation, inverse variation, and joint variation, it might be a little bit difficult for you to understand what we are going to do today, which is on partial variation. So we advise you to go and watch our previous study on direct variation, inverse variation, joint variation, so that by the time we start this topic, you'll be able to flow along with us. I believe you are ready. Okay, so let's see what partial variation is all about. In partial variation, we have two constants. We have two constants in partial variation. I will explain to you. Let's say, for instance, you have a statement like this: A partly constant and partly varies as B. Now, how can we explain this statement in a mathematical form? That is what we want to look at now. So let's see what we can do for this. A partly direct, partly constant C, and partly varies as B plus KB. You want to ask question, what do we mean by C and K? This K is stand for something. So A will be equals to C plus KB. C is constant. K is constant. So we have two constants in partial variation. We have two constants. This is constant. This K is constant. And that was why I told you earlier that in partial variation we have two constants. We have how many constants? Two constants. Now, let's see how we can apply this in a question. So let's take a look at this question. Okay class, let's see this question and solve it together. The quantity A is partially constant and partially varies as B. Write down the relationship between A and B. When A is 2, B is 10, and when A is 20, B is 12. Find B when A equals to 4. So let's solve this question together and see what we are going to get. Okay? Solution. the first thing to do is to interpret this question. So how can we interpret this question? Look at the alphabet we have here. A partly varies as partly constant and partly varies as B plus K B. Now, what we are going to do? A equals to C plus K B. This will lead us to simultaneous equation. Why? Read this. When A is 2, B is 10. And when A is 20, B is 12. So this will lead us to simultaneous equation. A equals to C plus KB equation 2. I believe you are following me, right? Now, to continue with this, you need to understand that in equation 1, A is given to you as 2. 2 equals to C is constant, K is constant, and B is 10. 10. So this will give us 2 equals to C plus what? 10K. This will be equation 1. I believe you are following me, right? Now, to form the equation 2, you need to do something here. For equation 2, A is given to us as 20. 20 equals to C plus K is not known, and B is 12. So this will give us 20 equals to C plus 12K. This will give us equation 2. Okay, class? We are going to bring the two equations together. So what are we going to do? Equation 1, we have 20. In equation 1, we have 2 equals to C plus 10K. Equation 2, we have 20 equals to C plus 12K. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now, it depends on what the formula you want to use in finding C and K here. But I want to use substitution method. Now, so what you do here is to make C subject of the formula. Okay? So 2, 10K, cross to this side, we turn to minus 10K equals to C. Call this equation 3. Now I want to use substitution method. Now substitute for C in equation 2. Okay? Substituting for C in equation 2, remember this is equation 2. And substitution means you replace, anywhere you see C in equation 2, you replace it with what? 2 minus 10K. So what we are going to have here is 20 equals to C is 2 minus 10K plus 12K. So this will give us 20. This is plus 2. When you cross to this side, you turn to minus 2. Equals to minus 10K plus 12K. 20 minus 2 will give us 18. Why? 12 minus 10 will give us 2k. So what are we going to do here? We divide both sides by 2. Divide this by 2. K will give us 18 all over 2. Therefore, k will give us what? 9. To find c, you need to go back to equation 3. And what is our equation 3? Is 2 minus 10k equals to c. So you substitute for k in equation 3, which will give us 2 minus 10 bracket 9 equals to c. Now, you need to be very careful here. 10 times 9 will give us 90 equals to c. So 2 minus 90, we are going to have minus 88 equals to c. So c will give us minus 88. So that will be the value of our c. Okay class, we want to find b when a equals to 4. To find b when a equals to 4. Now, you have to do something. Go back to our formula. A equals to c plus kb. Now, what we are looking for now is b when a equals to 4. A is 4. C is minus 88, K is given to us as 9, and B is what we are looking for. So, what are we going to do? 4 is here. This minus 88, when it cross to this side, it turns to plus 88 equals to 9B. Now, 4 plus 88 is going to give us 92 equals to 9b. So you divide both sides by 9, divide both sides by. So when you divide both sides by 9, b will give us 10.2. So this will be the value of our b. I believe you understand, and in case you find it difficult, always go through this video and you discover that it's very simple. Before I go, I want to give you another one that is in line with inverse and is in line with partial. We are going to bring the two together. So that's what we are going to do now. Okay class, let's take a look at this question and let's solve it together. The question is, the quantity y is partly constant and partly varies inversely. Underline this, inversely, as the square of x. As the square of x. The question now is, write down the relationship between y and x. When y is 11, x is 1. When x is 5, x is 2. And find the value of y when x is 4. So let's solve this together and see how it will be. The first thing to do is you have to interpret your question. Remember, we have y and we have x. And I've told you before that in partial variation, we have two constants. So let's interpret this. Y is partly constant and partly varies inversely. Let's use C plus K. Remember, inversely means 1 all over what? X square of x. This is inverse. This is inverse. So y equals to c plus k times 1 will give you k all over x squared. So this is the formula we are going to use to find this. And remember, it will surely lead us to simultaneous equation. So let's go. Let's see how to solve this question. The first thing to do is y. Y is given to us as 11. So you can say y equals to c plus k all over s squared. Equation 1. Y plus equals to c plus k all over s squared. Equation 2. So when when y equals to 11, when y equals to 11, put 11 here. C is constant plus k is constant and x is 1. So this will give us 1 squared. So this we are going to have 11 equals to c plus k. 1 square will give us 1. Divide this by 1 to make it a fraction. So when you multiply all through, 1 times c will give you c. 1 times 11 will give you 11. 1 times c will give you c. 1 times k will give you k. This will give us equation 1. I believe you understand this. Am I right? You understand? Thank you very much. Now, let's go to the question. When y equals to 5, c is constant, k is constant, and x is given to us as 2. So we have 2 squared. So this will give us 5 equals to c plus k all over 4. And you know that 2 squared is 4. Divide this by 1 to make it fraction. So 4 times 5 will give you 20. 4 times c will give you 4c. 1 times k will give you what? K. So this will give us equation 2. I believe you understand. So let's bring the two equations together and see how we can apply simultaneous equation. Let's bring the two equations together and see how to solve this simultaneously. So when we bring this 11 equals to c plus k, equation 1, and 20 equals to 4c plus k, equation 2. We have the two equations which are 11 equals to c plus k and 20 equals to 4c plus k. Okay, equation 1, equation 2. So make c, you can also make k subject of the formula. So this time around, let's make k subject of the formula. Make k subject of the formula in equation 1. In equation 1. I'm still going to teach you subject of the formula. Get ready for the next class. I'll be teaching you subject of the formula. So let's solve this. How can we make k subject of the formula? 11. This is plus c. When you cross to this side, turn to minus c equals to k. You call this equation 3. Now I want to substitute for k in equation 2. So what are we going to do? This is equation 2. Anywhere you see k, replace it with 11 minus c. So this will give us 20 equals to 4c plus k. K is 11 minus c. Okay? Now, you need to be very careful here. 20 is here, We call it collecting like term. When this plus 11 cross to this side, it turns to minus 11 equals to 4c minus c. Remember, this minus c is not moving. It will still remain minus. So 20 minus 11 is going to give us 9. Remember, there is what we call, there is 1 here. Okay, 4 minus 1 will give us 3c. So divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3. This will cancel it. C will give us 9 all over 3. C is going to give you 3. I believe you understand that, right? In case you don't understand, in which I believe you understand, always go over it again and you will surely get it. Okay, now we want to find the value of k. So permit me to manage this area. We want to find the value of k. So go back to equation 3. 11 minus c equals to k. Remember that c is 3. 11 minus 3. You can do it. Thank you very much. Happy to see you next class. Au revoir.